wrong? Did you hurt it?
All that fuss she makes getting us to look after ourselves. She gives them trips on the stairs.
I'll make the breakfast. I can put the butter on.
I'm okay.
Run up and get ready for school. When you come back down, you can put the jam on. I'll do it. I can drop her on the way if you want, Mum.
I'll take her myself. I'll have to get a repeat prescription anyway.
Right. Get them to look at your wrist then. I'll see you later.
Shouldn't they have found you a job by now?
Yeah. You'd think so, wouldn't you?
I made it 2 days ago. 9:40, Dr. Powers.
Well, you can't have done. She's not in till this afternoon.
So why didn't you tell me that at the time, then?
Well, you can't have made the appointment with me. If we had done, I would have been sat in front of the screen and I would have told you to come in this afternoon.
You're Joe, aren't you? I recognise your voice. It's not my mistake.
I'm sorry, you're probably right. I'll try and sort something out for you, mate. I'm really sorry.
Oh, what's up?
I'm booked in with Dr. Powers at 9:40, but she's not in till this afternoon. I'm sorry she's upset.
Joe, why don't you just check to see if there's a cancellation?
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Look, there you go. Helen's 10:10. It's half an hour wait. Is that okay? Dr. Thompson's got the cancellation.
It's fine, thank you.
Are you all right?
I don't know how I could have done that.
Happens, don't worry.
I'm sorry.
Look, stop apologising. But I can't find the notes on John Hammond. He's due in this afternoon, so there's plenty of time. I thought you might have picked them up with the supply forms on my desk.
OK, they'll be around somewhere.
Morning.
Oh, I can't get anything to go right this morning. I'm running really late, aren't I?
I'll forgive you. Stuck in traffic?
No, stuck with an alarm clock with a mind of its own, a toaster that blew up. So I didn't even manage breakfast this morning.
Eat cereal.
Thanks, very constructive.
It doesn't get much better in here.
Why?
Homeless guy with a headache. Bit whiffy.
Well, I've had worse.
And lice.
Lovely.
Let her in, will you? Number 1.
Oi, watch where you're going. Yeah, you. The press just walked into me. Hey, I'm talking to you. Hey.
Leave it out.
Try and walk away from me again.
Don't do this.
It's 150/80. It's a little high. Oh, sorry, I didn't realise.
It's all right. I fell down the stairs.
Let's take a look. Can you move your fingers? It's quite a bad sprain. Why don't I put a support bandage on?
I'm fine.
It will take a second.
Look, I'm okay.
OK, let's just take your pulse. I'll fill out a repeat prescription, but I'll need the nurse to check your pressure in a week or 2.
Is there anything wrong?
No, it's probably that you're just in a bit of pain, that's all. But your BP is elevated. Are you under any pressure at the moment?
No.
Any stress?
Don't think so.
Right. Let's put that support bandage on.
What's he doing here?
Do you know him?
You know better than to ask me that.
It's Craig Watson, isn't it? Always a bit of a scrapper, is he?
I couldn't say.
Only he wasn't that nice today. Just knocked some bloke's lights out.
He was in a fight.
Sent him to hospital.
Right.
The other one got a punching. Your friend's got a cut that needs looking at.
Can I see him now?
Just don't make him angry, I guess.
Do you know how he is, the bloke?
I don't know anything, Craig.
Wouldn't back off. I told him to just leave me alone, but he kept coming at me. You don't know how he is.
No, I said. I only know what you do. Right, that's clean now. You're lucky that didn't need stitches. Do you want to take your shirt off and I'll check for other injuries?
Nah, I'm fine, honestly. It's just my head.
Won't take a sec.
I'm fine. You gotta let me mum know. She'll be worried.
Well, one of the officers would have called her. Look, leave that alone now. It's sterile.
I couldn't stop myself. I couldn't stop hitting him.
Well, what did he do?
Push me.
Is that all? Well, why weren't you at work anyway?
They let me go.
I thought you were doing really well there. Your mum was telling me you were the pride of the post office.
I'm not the pride of anything.
Are you looking for this?
Hammond.
It was in the toilets, Joe.
In the toilets? But
There was also a request form and a prescription pad. Did you leave them there?
I must have done.
What were you, asleep?
No, I was taking them to file and I must have got distracted or something.
Patients use that room. This is sensitive information, and a script pad, that's a blank cheque for drug abuse.
I know, it wasn't deliberate.
I'm not saying it was, but please tell me you won't leave anything lying around again.
I'm sorry, I promise. I really promise.
You're just lucky it was me, not Kate. Look, if you're not feeling well or something, just go home rather than stay here and make mistakes like this, OK?
My name's Emma Watson. I think my son Craig's been brought here.
We're holding a Craig Watson.
Can I see him, please?
Not at the moment. He's being interviewed.
Is he hurt?
Not compared to the other bloke.
Emma?
Oh, is Craig all right?
Yeah, he's OK. Don't worry. Just a few cuts and bruises.
What did he do?
He put a man in hospital, Mrs. Watson. Oh. We'll know more later on.
Come on, take it easy. Sit down.
What was the fight about? Why did he do it?
I don't know.
Well, is he being charged? You must know that.
I think it's pretty likely.
Well, can I see him, please?
Not right now.
Come on, let me drop you off home. Listen, keep an eye on him. If he needs anything, give me a call.
Shall do.
I've got those notes. Sorry it took so long.
Oh, thanks, Joe. Thanks. What's up with you today?
Just not feeling very good.
You should go home.
Oh, I bought you this.
Oh, great, thanks.
Oh, I'm really sorry. I'll clean it up.
It's okay. Don't get so upset.
Oh, I'm such an idiot.
Look, they may be covered in coffee, but at least I know where they are.
I feel really stupid.
Joe, what's going on? You're not going to get over your nan easily, especially when you were so close to her.
It's everything to do with Mac as well.
Well, it's bound to knock you back, Joe.
I'm not sleeping. And I get so emotional. I know what it is, but I can't stop it coming on.
Look, I went through it with Bev. It does pass, you know. It's grief.
I can't even do my job. My friends come round and they try and cheer me up, but I just sit there. I feel so ungrateful, but I can't help myself.
They'll understand. Just don't shut yourself off.
How long's it going to take?
Well, you might need something, Joe. Something to make it easier.
I was thinking about asking you for something. Maybe I need some tablets.
Well, probably wouldn't hurt in the short term. You have been going through it. I'll write you a prescription for a tranquilizer. A mild one, OK? Just to see you through. I wouldn't normally do this, but I think you're a good candidate.
I'm sorry if I've caused you any hassle, Steve.
Don't be silly. You are registered here. You're as entitled to be ill as much as anyone else in the waiting room. Right. Take one of these up to 3 times a day, okay?
Yeah. Thanks.
And come and talk to me about it if you want. I know what you're going through.
His mother's as bemused as the rest of us.
She was a bit subdued. Not really agitated, but her BP was up.
And the wrist, it didn't look suspicious.
No, she didn't have a suspicious wrist injury. She said she fell down the stairs. I had no reason to doubt her.
Look, OK, I'm just trying to understand what's happened with Craig. If he can get that angry in public, then is he taking it out on Emma when she's at home?
His mother?
Well, it's not impossible.
It's a bit far-fetched.
And so's Craig Watson putting a stranger in hospital. Beating him up outside the job centre in broad daylight. Now, I am not saying that he's beating her. Maybe she got in the way. Maybe he drinks.
I'm just struggling with this a bit, that's all.
Aren't we all?
How did he lose his job?
Oh, he had a row with his boss over something, but I got that from Emma. He hardly said a thing except how sorry he was.
And there's no way this was self-defence?
Not from what I've heard.
We'll just have to wait and see what happens.
Michelle could be in the middle of a violent family. I don't think we can afford to sit and wait. Do you? I'm sorry, there's no news. But I do need to ask you something.
Whatever I can do.
You have to be honest with me, otherwise we can't help you.
Help me.
Does Craig lose his temper at home?
What do you mean?
Does he get violent?
You know Craig.
I don't live with him. He's not even my patient. I only know him through you.
Well, what do you say?
He did beat that man today. And you have a wrist injury that Dr. Thompson treated.
This has nothing to do with Craig. I fell down the stairs.
You have a little girl living here. Michelle's not as tough as you. What if he did something to her?
Craig is not like that.
Look, you're going to have to face it. His temper might put him in prison. Now, if it doesn't, you're going to have to live with that temper. Now, if I think a little girl isn't safe in her own home, then I have to do something about it.
Craig's the best boy in the world. And you've no business accusing him like that.
Michelle is my concern here. Now, you can stop that happening to her before it starts. You don't have a choice, Emma.
Can you leave now, please? I mean it. Get out.
Come on, let me out! Let me out! Let me out! Come on, let me out!
Hey, Craig, what's up?
Just calm down, Craig.
You've got to calm down, Craig.
Get him down.
Look at me! The doctor back here.
Calm down, all right? We're not going to touch you. Just
Come on, you can hurt yourself.
Let me go!
All right, we'll just get you sitting down.
Yeah, take some deep breaths, all right?
Ow!
What is that?
Craig, Sergeant Phillips said you've been in another fight. Do you want to show me? Look, they called me because they're worried about you. Please. Did you get any treatment for these?
No,
Why not?
it's nothing.
Well, what happened? Did someone do this to you? Have you been picking fights with people? Well, what then? Look, you don't have to speak to me. But please, just take your coat off. Come on, please. That's a burn. From an iron. Did this happen at home, Craig? How often has your mum done this to you?
Since Dad left.
Well, when was that?
Nearly a year ago.
Did she hit him? Is that why he left?
I suppose so. She'd get into these rages. She'd throw things at him and he'd never deserve it. Maybe he did, I don't know. But I never saw him fight her.
And you've had it ever since he left?
I love me, Mum. What am I supposed to do? I mean, you don't hit your own mother. I try and talk her down. I tell her she can shout at me, but she don't have to whip me. I try and hold her back, you know. It's why I wrist bruised like that. Trying to defend myself.
What if it's not an emergency? Hello?
Did you get that prescription filled?
Yeah, I did, thanks.
Just give it a couple of days to get used to it, yeah?
I will.
And come and talk to me, all right? You don't have to deal with this on your own.
I think you need to tell your solicitor what you've just told me. It may really help to explain things.
I don't want Mum to get into trouble.
You're the one in trouble, Craig.
I can't tell anyone. How can I tell anyone?
No, but I may have to.
No. Just because it don't make sense to you.
This is about you, Craig. You're the one in the police cell.
It's my decision then, isn't it?
Oh, and what about your little sister? What if she's next? Tell the truth and your mum will get help. She needs to deal with what she's been doing to you. And she needs to start dealing with it now, and then she can help you out of this. Just tell the court. Extenuating circumstances. Craig, this is really stupid. I'll tell them whether you like it or not. And if I think that Michelle is in danger, then I will have to tell the social services.
I'll deny it. I'll deny anything you say.
Look, how can I help you if you
I
are not
know.
gonna...
If I don't help myself. I ain't managed too well up to now, have I? What changed now?
I'm busy at the moment.
You didn't answer the phone. I thought I'd come straight over.
What's happened?
I've just been in with Craig.
Oh, is he all right?
Good question, that, Emma. Isn't it? Can I have a word? Running away?
Michelle and I are going to see her grandmother.
You don't think Craig needs you here?
The last thing he needs.
Why do you say that?
What exactly do you want?
I want to know why a lad like that is sat in a police cell, covered in bruises, sobbing, and not letting me help him. And you're just running away.
I'm not running away, I'm...
Tell me about the bruises. Tell me about that iron scald on his back. Tell me about the bruises, Emma. You beat your son. You attack him because you know he will never hit you back.
He just stands there.
He's lost his job. He hasn't an ounce of pride left, and you're just running away. Your husband left because of it, didn't he? Craig stayed because he's worried what you'll do to Michelle if he's not here to protect her.
I get so angry. I get so raging, and I look down and my fists are clenched, and I'm hitting him, and he just stands there.
You need help, Emma. You owe it to Craig. He's your son, for goodness sake.
I'm so ashamed.
Not half as ashamed as Craig.
Look what I've done to him.
You can still help.
Yes, I know I can. By leaving him alone, he needs to find his own place. But he hasn't got a job. I mean, how do we get out of this?
Look, first things first. He's going to have a record for assault. But there's a good reason why he reacted the way he did with that boy.
You mean you want me to get up and say that I beat my own son?
Yes, if that's what it takes. He hasn't told his solicitor he's got no defence at all. You've got to stand by him.
I can't say that.
Then think of something then.
I can't.
Are you telling me you can live with this?
No. I can't. I can't.
What's going on?
D&D with a tooth missing. Blood everywhere.
Fine. Lovely day for it.
That bloke, Craig Watson, pasted. Broken nose, concussion, but he'll be back out tomorrow.
Oh, well, that's a relief.
We know him too. He's a bit of a bruiser. Chances of it going off unprovoked this morning are a bit slim.
Oh, well, that's something. Look, can I see Craig first?
Help yourself.
Thanks. Well, there's a little bit of good news.
What?
The man you had the fight with, you managed to break his nose, but he's not in any danger.
It's still assault. They're still gonna do me through that.
Well, I don't know. If you're lucky, you could get away with a caution.
Sure.
Well, I'd better get back to work now. I can come back if you need me.
Yeah.
Unless there's anything you want to say to me now.
I ain't changed my mind. I'll deal with it. Will you look after Michelle for me?
Look after her.
I mean, look out for her.
If I can, I will, but unless something changes, I'm not going to know, am I? I mean, I can't make you see any sense, and I can't get through to you.
Talk to Mum.
I had to.
You asked her to admit it, so everyone's going to know about us.
He asked her to help her son out of the hole she put him in.
I can't believe you. I thought I could trust you.
Fine, get angry with me now. I've done everything I can. But if you're not going to help yourself, well, I've got work to do. feel like I've let him down.
Well, if he won't help himself, I'm more worried about the little girl.
Craig said that she wouldn't ever touch her.
But if he's not around...
I know. She'd end up the punch bag.
Maybe you should call social services.
I will. It's just Craig said he would deny it. Then there would be an investigation. And who's to say they wouldn't end up worse off than they already are now?
Maybe. But if the little girl is at risk...
I know, Helen. I know. Oh, I just feel like I haven't made a difference.